In this video, I am going to talk briefly about regression line and regression equation. Let's look at this example here. Suppose we want to see if scores obtained by students in a statistics exam is affected by number of hours studied for the exam. For us to find the answer for this question, we randomly select a sample of 6 students from the class and record their data in a table like this. Here, number of hours studied is X variable and exam score is Y variable. So, number of hours studied goes in horizontal axis over here and exam score goes in vertical axis. Here we have a scatter plot which displays points X, Y, and we put a best fit line to see a trend between X and Y. Such a line is called regression line. So we are talking about this line here. So this is called a regression line. Next, we will find equation of the best fit line, which gives a mathematical relation between X and Y. And such equation is called regression equation. This equation here is a regression equation. So here, this is y hat, this is b0, and this is b1. So this b0 is y-intercept, and y-intercept is where the line intersects the y-axis. And this b1 is slope, and the slope is rise over run. It measures the steepness of the line. Given a sample pairs of x and y values, such as hours studied and exam scores, we want to find the regression equation. This involves finding b0 and b1. Now I will show you how to find b0 and b1 using formula, Excel, and TI calculator. So this is the data we have. First, let me show you how to find B1 and B0 using formula. So this formula here, this one and this one are the formula to find B1 and B0. So if we look at this formula here, we will need sum of xy, sum of x, sum of y, sum of this, and sum of this. So now let's fill this table here. So x times y, which is 5 times 70 is 350, and x squared is 5 squared, which is 25. So xy for this row is 3 times 65, which is 195, and x squared for this row here is 9. And for this one here, y is 9 times 85, and here it will be 9 squared, which is 81. Similarly, we can fill the rest out here. I have written down all the values for x, y, and x squared. Now, once we have this part filled out, we can easily find sum of x, sum of y, sum of xy, and sum of x squared. So now let's find sum of x. When we add all these numbers here, that comes out to be 29. When we add all this number in this column, the total is 390. And here the total is 2170. And finally over here, the total is 181. Now, let's plug in these numbers, these values into this formula here. So doing that, we get our n is 6. And our sum of xy, which is 2170. So let me write that down here, 2170 minus our sum of x, which is this one, is 29. Our sum of y, which is this one here, is 390 over our n is 6. Our sum of x squared is 181 minus, and sum of x is 29 squared. So when we do this math, This comes out to be 6.9796, which is approximately equal to 6.980. Now let's find B0 here. So for that we need Y bar and X bar. So Y bar is mean of Y values and X bar is mean of X values. So for that, let's find X bar equals to sum of X over N, which is equals to 29 over 6, which is equals to 4.833. Now let's find Y bar, which is Y bar equals to sum of Y over N. And we know sum of Y is 390 and our N is 6. When we divide 390 by 6, we get 65. Now, in this given equation, we can substitute value of Y bar, B1 and X bar and easily find B0. So let's find B0. B0 equals to our Y bar is 65 minus our B1 is 6.90. Our B1 is 6.980. So let me write that down. 6.980 times our X bar is 4.833 times 4.833. Now when we do this math, B0 comes out to be 31.2657. 2657. Now let me write down the values for B1 and B0. From the previous slide, we know B1 equals to 6.980 and B0 is 31.2657. Now, once we have the value of B1 and B0, we can easily put it down. We can easily put it into equation. So the equation here is Y hat equals to B0 plus B1x. And here our B0 is this one, which is 31.2657 plus, and our B1 is 6.980. 6.980. This is the regression equation that we found using formula. Now let me show you how to find the regression equation using Excel. There are two methods to find regression equation in Excel. So let me pull up my Excel up on the screen, and here I have already entered the data that we have. Now for the first method, here, first you need to find B0 and B1. So like the way we did it with the formula. So with this method that I am showing right now, here we need to find B0 and B1. And after finding that, all we need to do is we can put those value B0 and B1 in the equation, and that will give us a regression equation. So let's do that. So for us to find the value of B0, you need to type equals, then type in INTERCEPT, then put parentheses. So it is asking you Y range. So this is our Y values. That's why come here and select the data. Then type in comma, then we need to select it is asking for X values, so come here and select the data. So close parenthesis, then hit enter. So this is B0, and remember, this is what exactly we got here using formula also. So now let's find B1. I will just write it down. I'll just do it here. So for B1, type in equals, then type in SLOPE, then put parentheses. So again, it is asking for y range. So go here and select your y values, then put comma. Then it is asking for x range. So come here and select your x values and close your parentheses, then hit enter. So let me pull this little bit so that we see it clearly. So this is our B0 and this is our B1. If you look at here, so this is exactly what we got using formula also. Now, once we have the values for B0 and B1, we can plug in those values into this equation here and find the regression equation for the given data. Now, let me show you another method of finding regression equation. So for that, first select this data here. Then go to insert, then go to charts here, then select a scatter plot. So I'll choose this one here. So now right click on one of these points here. So let me right click here. So you should see a message like this, then go to add trend line. So you need to select this. So click on that one. Then you'll see a list of options on your right. Then scroll down and you'll see display equation on chart. So you need to check this where it says display equation on chart. Now, let me exit this. If you come here, you'll see let me move this here. So this is the regression equation. And this is exactly what we found using the other method of finding regression equation and also using formula. Now, let me show you how to find regression equation using calculator. For that, let me pull up my calculator on the screen. Now, hit second, then hit catalog. So use this arrow key to go all the way down to diagnostic on. We need to turn that on. So here is diagnostic on. We need to select that and we need to hit enter. So then you'll get this message on the screen. So once you turn your diagnostic on, then you need to go to stat, then edit, then hit enter. Now on your list 1 and list 2, you'll be entering your data. So let me get the data here. So this is our data. So let's enter the data. Now, so for the list 1, we'll be entering X values. So that is 5, 3, 9, 4, 1, and 7. Now, for list 2, we'll be entering Y values, which are 70, 65, 85, 50, 30, and 90. So now, once we are done entering our data, go to Stat, then go to Calc, then we will be using this number 4. So use this arrow key to go down to number 4 where you'll see linear regression, this one here. So hit enter. Now here, your X list should be list 1 and your Y list should be list 2. Then hit enter and then hit enter. Now you should see this on your screen. So if you look here, this is where it says B, that is your y-intercept, and where you see A, this is your slope. So once you have your y-intercept and slope, you can just enter those values in this formula here and get a regression equation for this data. And finally, we are done. Thank you for watching. We hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe our channel. We will be bringing more and more videos on variety of topics.